Rita! Where are you?
Help me, Mike. Help me, Mike. Help me.
It's the same dream, night after night. I'm searching for Rita in the dark world, but something unspeakable starts chasing me. I never make it back through the portal in time. It's been more than a year since I foiled the ancients' plans to grow an alien embryo in my brain, and still the dark world haunts me. Rita's murder is just the latest reminder that no place is safe from the darkness. Not even my hometown. Come in. The door's open.
Your mother let me in, Dawson. I had some more questions to ask you about the murder.
Am I a suspect, Sheriff?
Now, we have to look at everybody, Dawson. Especially everyone who was close to Rita.
Rita and I weren't that close, Sheriff.
Now, we all know you and Rita were an item back in high school.
That was 15 years ago. I moved away and only came back recently.
Yes, we checked. You headed up an advertising agency in Frisco, but you've been living with your mother for the past year.
Rita and I didn't really see each other much since I moved back home.
Well, just how much contact did you have with her?
Look, we only saw each other a few times.
I see. Were you having a relationship?
I asked her out a few times, but she was always too busy with the library and stuff.
What sort of stuff?
She always had excuses for not going out with me.
What kinds of excuses?
She had some kind of reading group she always went to.
And did you ever attend one of these reading group meetings?
No. I don't like being around other people these days.
So, you were always trying to get alone with her.
Well, I sort of wanted to have a relationship, but Rita didn't.
And that's why you killed her.
You don't really think I killed her, do you?
I think that memory lapse of yours is very
Look, Sheriff, I cared about Rita. I want to find out who killed her as much as you do.
Oh, just how much did you care for Rita?
Didn't we go all over this before?
Yes, but that was last week and you left out a lot. The witnesses said you and Rita left the banquet together. What happened when you two were alone?
Look, I don't remember being alone with Rita that night. I don't remember anything. I must have gotten drunk.
Is that so? The people said they heard you two arguing outside the school building.
I'm getting a headache, Sheriff. Can we put this off?
All right, Dawson, but stick around town. The feds will want to talk to you when they get here.
Feds? You mean the FBI?
Well, that's right. I don't much like the idea of them trampling over my turf, but the mayor wants me to bring them in.
What's Mayor Fleming's interest in Rita's murder?
He wants this case solved quickly with the election coming up and all. Seems he has some friends at the Bureau, and believe me, they won't go easy on you.
I wish I had something to tell you, Sheriff. I really do.
Well, if you remember anything, see me down at the station. But your memory had better return by today, or things won't look good for you.
I used to love movies about swashbucklers. They made me feel like I could be a hero. I used to love movies about swashbucklers. They made me feel like I could be a hero. My old bed is still comfortable after all these years. I'm not tired. I won this fencing trophy during high school. It's been a long time since I've done any fencing. It's been a long time since I've done much of anything. It's too valuable. I'd better leave it here. Strange. It's a sunny day, but it still feels gloomy. Strange. It's a sunny... I'm probably the last person on the block to have a black and white set. The reception stinks in here. All I'd get is snow. I've always kept my clothes in this chest instead of the closet. Nothing here fits me anymore. Nothing here fits me. I've been afraid of this closet ever since I was a little kid. I used to have nightmares about monsters coming out of it at night. This closet has been locked ever since I can remember. The key was lost a long time ago. My old turntable. You can't get records for it anymore since compact discs came out. The stereo stopped working when I was a senior. I never bothered to get it fixed. It smells good in here. Mom must be cooking something special. Mom always loved this drawing I made as a kid. Too bad she doesn't care as much about my writing. This picture has been on the refrigerator for years. I'm not about to take it down now. Mom's had this pukey avocado green refrigerator since the 70s. I'm not hungry now. Maybe I'll catch a bite in town later. Mom always kept the sink spotless. Mom has a rule against using the sink to wash your hands. Mom looks pretty good considering all she's been through. Morning, Mom.
So it takes the sheriff to wake you up, Mike?
I don't feel like talking about the sheriff, Mom.
Fine. You never feel like talking.
I think I'll eat over at Hank's for breakfast.
You should know better than to eat the greasy food at that diner. I thought you were going to start eating healthier. You're not in high school anymore, you know.
You know, you woke me up with all those pots banging.
Sorry, Mike, but it's time that you got up. The sun has been shining for hours.
Gosh, Mom, you treat me like I'm in high school again.
Well, then start acting your age. You came home to recover from your nervous breakdown, which is fine, but you've been here for a year now. When are you going back to your job?
But I have an extended sick leave for as long as I need it.
Well, I think you've recovered from whatever it was. I don't know what happened to you in that old house in California, but surely it couldn't have been that bad.
Go easy on me. What I went through last year was far worse than anything you could imagine.
I've lost a husband and a sister to cancer. Your father left me no insurance money, and I have arthritis. You don't see me checking into a mental hospital with a nervous breakdown.
It wasn't a nervous breakdown. It was... You wouldn't understand.
I I understand that you're always moping around and acting like a bum. Come on, Mike. Why don't you finish up that novel you were writing?
You're ashamed of me, aren't you?
No, son, I'm not ashamed of you. I just wish I knew what was bothering you. You were always full of energy and life. Since that nervous breakdown, all you do is stare at the walls.
I'm having a hard time getting motivated.
You know, Mike, you're late for your doctor appointment. You're never going to snap out of your depression unless you see the doctor. And after that, I'd like you to do some errands for me.
But I've got things to do today, Mom.
Like what? You don't do a damn thing around here anymore.
I'm starting to get a headache.
Well, that's what your medicine is for. You know where to find it.
By the way, Mom, thanks for taking care of me this past year.
I love you, Mike. I just want you to get well again.
A lot of good food came out of this stove. I better not get in Mom's way. When I was a kid, my family used to gather here to watch television. These photos were taken when I was in high school. My father was alive then. Those were happier times. These photos were taken when I was in high school. Mom keeps all sorts of odds and ends in this cabinet. So this is where I left my camera. I'll bet there's some film inside. We bought this color TV in the early 70s. The picture tube isn't the greatest.
On giving hot lunches to the school children. In other parts of the country, law enforcement officials are still bewildered about the murder of local librarian Rita Scanlon last week after the high school reunion. When asked about potential suspects, Sheriff Willard Butler replied,
Michael, you and your kind are in grave danger once again. The ancients have returned. I am sending something to assist you. You must act quickly.
Warned that this is the second local death this year and residents should always be alert. On the national news scene,
There's someone at the front door. This bathroom always smells of Mom's perfume. Mom does a good job of keeping this bathtub clean. I think I'll skip a shower today. Bathing seems like such an effort lately. Mom insists that I keep the pills Dr. Sims prescribed for me in the family medicine cabinet. I wouldn't be surprised if she's been counting the pills to make sure I'm taking my medicine. I'll bet these pills are just placebos Dr. Sims prescribed so that I think he's doing some good. I look like hell. I look like hell. Mom hates it when I leave the toilet seat up, but it's my little way of rebelling against the system. No sense in flushing the toilet unless I have to. The damn My father, rest his soul, sat here every night watching television. I miss him. I'm not tired. It's a ticket for a traveling carnival over in the park. Hey, that's Jack. He likes to think he's tough with that motorcycle and all, but he's about the only new friend I've made since I returned home.
Well, are you just gonna stand there gaping at me, Mikey boy, or are you gonna take a load off your feet?
What brings you here, Jack?
My motorcycle, dumbcoff! You need to have your ears checked. Actually, I stopped by because I saw the sheriff's patrol car drive off. I was worried about my favorite recovering mental case.
Don't joke about my nervous breakdown, Jack. I thought you were my friend.
Relax, Michael boy, relax. Geez, you must be under a lot of stress. They say your sense of humor is the first thing to go.
The sheriff thinks I murdered Rita.
Yeah, I know. I overheard Deputy Brown talking in the diner. You're the #1 suspect.
You overheard the deputy? That's great. Everyone must know by now.
It's a small town, people talk. But that could work to our advantage. I have a plan.
What should I do?
Not to worry, Mikey boy. I've been giving your situation some thought, and I think there are some things Sheriff Butler overlooked.
I'm too hungry to think right now, Jack. How about joining me at the diner?
I don't think I'm very welcome there. Not after that stunt I pulled with a jukebox. Let's meet here after you've done stuffing your face.
I've got an appointment with Dr. Sims soon. Let's get together afterwards.
You're seeing that, Quack? Don't waste your time with that head shrinker. Listen to your old pal Jack instead. Okay, we'll meet here after you're done with Dr. Sigmund Fraud.
You know, Jack, I still can't remember what happened that night.
Nothing happened. You know that, and I know.
It's hopeless. I feel like the biggest patsy since Oswald.
Don't worry, we'll get you out of this mess. Then we can party.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks for believing.
Now, don't get all mushy on me. I'll meet you right here after your doctor's appointment. Until then, hang loose.
Mom loves her flowers. The flowers are in full bloom. When I was a kid, I used to sit on this bench and watch the people go by. But these days, nobody seems to walk the sidewalks. I'm not tired. Even though I grew up in this town, I still find that a map helps me get to places quickly. The Civic Center. We used to joke about the sheriff's office, courthouse, and morgue all being next door to each other. First they tie 'em, then they try 'em, then they fry 'em. It wasn't too long ago that payphones only cost a dime to use. Now they cost 20 cents, and the phone company pockets the change if you put in a quarter. I wonder how Mom is doing.
Please deposit.
Maybe I can get the sheriff out of his office.
Please deposit 20 cents.
Of course, I should dial 911. Oh, that's great. The 911 emergency line is busy. I've got to talk to Dr. Sims.
Please deposit 20 cents.
I can't resist calling Rita's house.
Please deposit 20 cents.
I wonder why a morgue would have a waiting room. Who would sit in a morgue and read magazines? I don't have time to sit and read magazines. The sign says, authorized personnel only. It's locked. I don't see anyone inside. No one's there. I don't get it. Why would a morgue have a ticket dispenser? I don't need a ticket. There's no one else here. One of those daytime talk shows must be on. Looks like the topic is serial killers. I'd like to turn up the sound, but the controls are out of reach. It's locked. Andy and Barney would be right at home here. But this ain't Mayberry, and unless I can get the sheriff off my back, there ain't going to be a happy sitcom ending. It's a slow day at the jail, but if I don't solve the murder soon, business might pick up.
If you want to see the inside of a cell so badly, Dawson, just give me an excuse to lock you up.
I wouldn't be surprised to find something inside this filing cabinet linking Sheriff Butler to the dark world.
Keep your nose out of those files, Dawson.
I always thought of myself as a liberal, but the thought of only the police having firearms frightens me.
Oh, don't even think about taking one of those rifles, Dawson.
I bet the sheriff has all sorts of dirty little secrets hidden in his desk. Too bad the sheriff's belly is blocking the drawer. Reading a girly magazine. What a slime ball. The police in Woodland Hills were under the Ancients' control. I wonder if they've seized control of Sheriff Butler, too. Hi, Sheriff. I just came in to get out of the heat.
Dawson, I was hoping that you'd show up.
You're in your office on weekends, too, huh?
That's right, Dawson. I'm a dedicated public servant. I'm gonna stay right here until we get that murder solved. Unless there's an emergency, of course.
Well, I think I'll be going now.
You know, Dawson, sooner or later you're gonna make a mistake. And then I'm gonna lock you up for the rest of your natural life.
I've been finding reasons to avoid going to Dr. Sim's office during the past week. Rita used to live just around the corner. Oh, great! Dr. Sims is not in his office. That guy is out to lunch more often than his patients. It's locked. This sign says that the hardware store will be closed for the next 2 weeks. This sign says that the hardware... There's Paul Cooper. For a guy who runs a hardware store, he doesn't keep his house in very good shape. Nice lawn, though. This door looks like the only way to enter the house. I can't open the door. Not with Paul watering right in front of it. I've never seen anyone take watering their lawn so seriously. Hi, Mr. Cooper. I'm Mike Dawson. Remember me?
Sure, Mike. I remember you.
So how's the hardware store business?
Great. I've given myself a vacation for the first time in about 3 years. The store is closed right now. I'm just going to relax and water my lawn for the next week or two.
Does your lawn need that much water?
It's dry. It's always dry. Gotta get it ready. You know how it is. It's nice to have a pretty lawn. I'll have a big water bill, but I don't care. As long as it keeps pumping, I'll keep...
I was wondering how well you knew Rita Scanlon.
Rita? Well, she lived across the street. We'd wave to each other.
We went to high school together a few years back.
Yes? I didn't really know her back then. She moved in over there about 8 years ago, but I didn't talk to her much.
Pretty terrible news about the murder.
It certainly was. The second murder this year. I don't know what...
What do you know about a second murder?
Old man Ramirez died in a fire. Some say it was an accident, but I think he was done in. A real shame. He was a steady customer at the hardware store.
Do you know of anything else strange going on in town?
No. Why do you ask? Nothing ever happens here. The town is full of cobwebs and stagnation. It needs a good cleansing. Until the murders, the place was just too quiet.
Why do you say the town's too quiet?
It was as if the town was waiting for a messenger or something. So I water the lawn and get it ready. I want to have a nice lawn ready for the messenger when he comes.
I think I have to leave now. You
Take care of yourself, Mike.
This must be a tool shed. Strange that it's built near the front of the house. It's locked. This ladder looks sturdy, but looks can be deceiving. I'm not climbing up there. Paul's hose is attached to this faucet. The faucet's stuck. I can't turn it off. Lawn furniture on the roof? That's just too bizarre. Hi, Paul.
No problem, Mike. What's up?
Paul, why is there lawn furniture on your roof?
I had to move it out of the way. Didn't want it to get rusty with the watering and all.
This is getting too weird for me. Catch you later, Paul.
Bye-bye, Mike. Watch where you step now.
Why is the deputy standing guard in front of Rita's house? She wasn't killed at home. There There must be some evidence inside that the police are protecting. If only I could get inside to snoop around. I can't get inside while the deputy is standing guard. I can't get inside. Deputy Brown looks like he's taking his guard duty seriously. I don't think he's going to let anyone inside. Hi, Deputy Brown. What's new?
Oh, hello, Mike. What are you doing here?
You look like you're on guard duty.
I'm keeping watch over Rita Scanlon's house.
A week after the murder?
I'm just following orders, Mike. I'm not supposed to let anyone in. We've had problems with vandalism before.
What for? What's in there?
Not a thing. But we need to keep Rita's house intact until the FBI comes. They'll want to go over it with a fine-tooth comb.
When's your shift over?
Who knows? We've been working overtime at the sheriff's office ever since the body was discovered. This case is being given top priority. Unless there's an emergency or something, I have to stay put.
So how's the murder investigation going?
Come on, Mike. You know I shouldn't be talking to you about that. Go on now, let me do my job.
The carnival has been set up here in the park for more than a week now. I wonder when it's going to finally open. I see some carnival people working behind the gate. It looks like they're going to open up soon. Maybe I'll stop by after my appointment with Dr. Sims. The gate is locked up tight. It would be tough to break in and get a sneak preview of the carnival. I guess I'll have to wait until it opens. I haven't been past the Ramirez mansion in a long time. It's one of the town's oldest landmarks. They used to own all of the land around the park before they donated it to the town. Mrs. Ramirez is obviously a God-fearing woman, and she wants everyone to know it, too. Hello, Mrs. Ramirez. I'm Mike Dawson. I grew up in this town.
Did you? Well, what do you want?
I was just admiring your house.
It is lovely, isn't it? It's over a century old. At one time, it was the only building around here for miles.
So your family's been here a long time?
My late husband's family, actually. But they're all dead and gone. It's just me now.
You must get lonely sometimes.
Nonsense. I have my church, my books, and I have my money.
It must cost a lot to insure a place like this. My dad used to be in the insurance business.
I'm sorry to hear that. Those insurance people are godless swine, worshipping nothing but the almighty dollar. Why they even tried to cheat me out of my husband's life insurance. I finally had to take them to court, but I won.
I couldn't help but notice all the religious icons you have.
Yes, they ward off the evil that is running amok here in Crowley. This town used to be a God-fearing community, but now I don't dare to leave my house except to go to church.
Why do you think the town is corrupted by evil?
Why, just stroll along the street, and you will find vice and decadence behind every door. The church is our only hope for salvation. You do attend church, don't you?
I go to church whenever I get the chance, I guess.
You should go to church every Sunday, at least, and more often than that when possible. There are dark forces at work here, and your soul must be fortified to resist temptation.
Thank you, Mrs. Ramirez. I appreciate your time.
God be with you, young man.
Oh my God! This is where Rita was murdered. They're empty. They must have emptied the trash earlier. Rita and I used to have picnics here when we were in high school. I'm not tired. They're empty. They must have emptied. Rita, who could have done this to you? Hank's diner in the pool hall next door played a large part in my teenage years. I took Rita to the diner on our first date when we were both juniors in high school. Hank opened his diner in the early 50s. It hasn't changed one bit since then. Hank's diner isn't the swinging place it used to be, but Hank still does enough business to keep the place going. His jukebox is loaded with tunes from the 50s. Rita and I used to dance to some of them. None of these songs is worth spending a quarter on. I don't seem to be as interested in music as I once was. I always preferred to sit at the counter so that I could talk to Hank while I was eating. At one time, these booths were always full of people. No one can make an ice cream soda as good as Hank's. Any flavor you want. Say, Hank, do you think you can get me a cherry ice cream soda?
Sorry, Mike. Having a problem with the soda dispenser. Darn thing won't turn off once you turn it on.
Hank must be in his 50s now. He opened the diner when he was out of high school. The one entrepreneur this town ever produced. How's it going, Hank?
My back's been acting up, but otherwise not too bad. How are you, Mike?
I'm starving. What have you got to eat around here?
Like you haven't seen my menu 1,000 times. What are you hungry for? Ham and eggs, grits, pancakes?
Pancakes? Rita and I used to come here for pancakes after church.
You two were quite an item back when you were in high school. Shame about what happened to her. Real tragedy.
Who do you think murdered Rita?
Oh, I can't imagine it was anyone from around here. But he's one sick dude, whoever he is.
Sick? Murder isn't a disease. It's evil.
Relax, Mike. It's just a figure of speech. I don't think anyone's going to show the killer any compassion when they catch up with him.
Have you heard any more about the investigation?
Deputy Brown stopped by to get some coffee and donuts on his way to Rita's place. He was saying that the FBI might be called in. Doc Larson was telling us some pretty grisly stuff.
I heard about the FBI from the sheriff.
Say, Mike, weren't you with Rita the night she was killed?
Rita was my date to the high school reunion.
Well, what happened? She got killed in the park near the Ramirez mansion. Didn't you walk her home?
I can't remember about that night, Hank. It's these headaches.
Mike, you and I go way back. As a friend, I'm telling you that you better start remembering quick. Deputy Brown was saying that the sheriff doesn't want to waste any time on this case.
I'm seeing Dr. Sims in a short while. Maybe he can jog my memory.
Don't waste your money on head shrinkers, Mike. Whenever I forget something, I just retrace my steps.
What did Doc Larson have to say?
He wouldn't go into any details because he wants to keep certain things from the public. I haven't seen Doc Larson so excited since that other murder.
What other murder?
Old man Ramirez. He died in a fire a few weeks back and left his wife a very rich widow. Funny how Rita died so close to his house.
I don't see anything funny about Rita's death.
Sorry, Mike. I forgot that you two were friends. It's just that Rita and Ramirez were, well, friends. Some folks saw them walking in the park together and holding hands.
I don't believe it. Rita wouldn't fool around with a married man.
You're right. It's just gossip. Forget I ever said anything.
Rita was murdered in a public park. How could they keep any details secret?
Doc Larson had her body moved to the morgue before dawn. Deputy Brown said the sheriff wasn't too happy about that. Didn't give him much of a chance to examine the crime scene first.
I need some fresh air.
You don't look well, Mike. Why don't you go out for a walk? Nice day for it.
I think I'll just do that, Hank. See you later.
Take care, Mike.
I used to hang out in the pool hall with the tough kids once in a while. I thought I was cool. There's Jimmy Gardner and Melissa Fleming. Jimmy's the type of loser I'd expect to see in a place like this. But it's surprising to find the mayor's wife here. Melissa used to be a cheerleader in high school, but since becoming a 3-pack-a-day smoker, she isn't as cute anymore. Hey, remember me? I'm Mike Dawson. It's been a long time.
Not long enough to suit me.
Hey, why the cold shoulder?
What makes you think you're worth giving the cold shoulder to?
So what are you doing here in the pool hall? Seeing Jimmy?
What are you insinuating? I'm a married woman, I'll have you know. I just came in here for a smoke.
Well, you did used to date Jimmy back when you were a cheerleader.
That was a long time ago. We're not the same people we were in high school, you know.
I heard that you married Mayor Fleming. He used to be my dad's partner, you know.
Oh, please don't give me that. He's old enough to be my father routine. I've heard it all.
When did you take up smoking? Don't you know it's bad for your health?
Yeah? Well, there's lots of things that are bad for your health.
Poor Rita. It's a shame what happened to her.
Poor Rita? That little tramp had it coming to her.
How can you say such things about Rita?
Forget it, Dawson. Forget I even said it. Now buzz off.
Jimmy went to high school with me. He was a straight-A student and football star, but he dropped out and became a loser. We were friends then, but certainly aren't now. Hi, Jimmy. Long time no see.
Well, it's Mr. Big Shot Ryder. What brings you down to this part of town? Slummin'?
How about a game of pool?
Cut the crap, Dawson. We might have been friends once, but that was a long time ago.
What happened to you? You were a straight-A student until you dropped out.
I guess I'm just the town's bad seed. You went off to college and joined the establishment. I stayed here and became a statistic.
We were friends in high school. Why are you so angry with me now?
Let's just say that you and I don't share the same interests anymore.
You're a real tough guy now, aren't you, Jim?
You got that right, chump. I'm the local wise guy, so stay out of my way.
I hear that your interests these days aren't exactly on the up and up.
So what? There's a lot going on in this town that ain't exactly on the up and up.
Tell me, Jimmy, how come the sheriff leaves you alone?
That's easy in this town. That flatfoot doesn't know his butt from an armadillo, but I got the goods on him. He doesn't bother me.
What do you know about Sheriff Butler?
I know he's down here trying to get away from what happened in Dallas. Yeah, he's a real champion of justice, all right.
Maybe I should go.
Yeah, get out before I throw you out.
They always keep a good supply of cue sticks here. I was never much of a pool player. I just liked the atmosphere of this place. With the smoke and low lights, it gave me a feeling of solitude that was hard to find somewhere else. The mayor campaigned on how he was going to rid our streets of the homeless, but I guess they just got driven into sheds like this. Another evil that's been hidden but still exists. Some archaeologists believe that to truly understand a culture, you should examine its trash. I found an old coat hanger. This might be useful. I once read a story about how a thief used a wire to open a lock. There's nothing else here but coffee grinds, banana peels, and other smelly refuse. It's hard to believe that someone could live in this dilapidated old shed. Some kind of stew is cooking on the stove. I'm not sure what's in it, but it smells good. I shouldn't take someone else's supper. Besides, I don't have much of an appetite these days. This is the most bizarre collection of junk I've ever seen. There's nothing here I can use. Rita, who could have done this? Who's there? Who are you?
My name's Slim. You're Mr. Dawson, aren't you? The one they think murdered Rita Scanlon?
Look, pal, I had nothing to do with her murder. Got it?
I know. A voice told me that you were innocent. You don't think that's strange, do you? Hearing voices in your head?
No, I don't think that's strange at all. I've been hearing voices myself.
I knew that people had you all wrong, Mr. Dawson. You and me, we belong to a much larger world. One that most people couldn't begin to fathom.
You're right. No one believes some of the things I've seen and heard. Why are you hiding in the bushes?
I'm checking out the murder site. The criminal always leaves a clue at the scene of the crime.
I don't know what you hope to find here. The sheriff must have gone over this place with a fine-toothed comb.
The sheriff? Don't make me laugh. That buffoon couldn't solve a jigsaw puzzle. He has no conception of the significance of this crime.
Did you know Rita?
I knew Miss Scanlon was the town librarian. At least that's what she claimed. But I have my suspicions about her.
What was suspicious about Rita?
She was involved with something. Something unclean. I haven't figured out what it is yet, but when I do, it will expose the evil lurking under this town.
You seem to be the only one who really understands what is going on. Who do you think killed Rita?
I think she was murdered by aliens from another dimension.
You know about the ancients. So the Keeper of the Scrolls was right. They were involved with Rita's death.
Of course it was the ancients. Who else could have committed such a horrible crime? It had to be the ancients.
Finally, someone else who knows about the dark world. I can't even confide in my mother or my best friend about this. I'm so glad I met you, Slim.
Or it might have been OJ working in cahoots with the Trilateral Commission, I'll betcha. Then again, it could have been the International Communist Conspiracy. This looks like their handiwork.
I've got to go now.
Wait. Before you leave, I did find something the sheriff overlooked. It's a ticket stub to last school reunion.
Where did you find this ticket?
It was lying underneath the bushes. Miss Scanlon must have dropped it when the killer attacked her.
Do you mind if I have the ticket, Slim? I don't have many mementos of Rita.
Take it, Mr. Dawson. It's not much of a clue, and besides, I've got theories about a hired hitman and a satanic cult to follow up on. Don't worry, I'll find Rita's murderer and prove your innocence.
Gee, thanks, Slim. That makes me feel a lot better.
Glad to have your vote of confidence, Mr. Dawson. Well, I've got some investigating to do. Oh, by the way, I live out behind the pool hall if you need to get in touch with me.
I have a splitting headache. I better go see Dr. Sims. Slim is a goofy-looking character, but he does have a good heart. That's so rare to find in people nowadays. Hi, Slim. Do you have any more theories about who murdered Rita?
I was just down at the farm behind Mayor Fleming's house. There are some strange rings burnt into the cornfield like a flying saucer landed there. I'm thinking that it was spacemen who wanted Rita dead.
Tell you what, Slim. Why don't you follow up on your theories, and I'll pursue my own.
Good idea, Mr. Dawson. We'll compare notes later. See you in the funny papers.
I hate to admit it, Slim, but I need some leads in the Rita Scanlon murder.
I've been looking into a political connection, so I went over to the library where Rita worked, and sure enough, there are pictures of JFK all over the place. I'm wondering if Rita knew something about the assassination and somebody wanted to shut her up for good.
Oh, that's a very interesting theory, Slim.
You do that, Mr. Dawson, and I'll let you know if I turn up anything.
I have a splitting. Dr. Sims is in his...
Make yourself comfortable, Mike. I've been expecting you.
I have an awful headache, Doctor.
Have you been taking your medicine?
The medicine doesn't work. Can't we try something else?
We could try hypnosis. It's proven effective with many of my patients. You may experience some unsettling dreams, but it might also help your memory.
I'm still having trouble remembering things.
This is to be expected. You're still recovering from a nervous breakdown. The murder last week has further exacerbated the problem.
Why can't I remember what happened at the reunion?
It's always a shock to learn a friend has been killed. And you were the last one to see Rita alive, right? The human mind tends to block out painful memories.
I just wish I could remember more about what happened that night.
Don't worry, Mike. The memories will come back in time.
Sheriff Butler suspects me of Rita's murder.
Yes, the sheriff was in here asking about you. I told him I didn't think you were capable of such an act.
I'm feeling much better, Doctor. I don't think I need to see you anymore.
I disagree, Mike. I know you're frustrated with the slow progress, but these things take time. But perhaps some hypnotherapy will speed up your recovery.
I think it's happening all over again.
Have you been having more of your dark world experiences?
I've been dreaming about the dark world again.
Uh-huh.
I've seen Rita in my dreams, too.
That's good. Perhaps it's a sign your repressed memories will resurface soon.
Voices from the dark world have contacted me.
I see.
I may be going back there, and soon.
Yes, of course, Mike. But I really can't approve of you entertaining these fantasies. We need to work on your memory of events as they really are.
You know, what happened last year wasn't a hallucination. It was real.
Or so you believe, Mike. It isn't all that uncommon for people to suffer delusions of alternate universes, even things as bizarre as aliens implanting embryos in human brains.
But, Dr. Sims, everything I told you is true.
Yes, of course. But tell me, What does your friend Jack think of all this?
I never told Jack about the dark world.
But you told me he was your closest friend.
I trust Jack, but I don't tell him everything.
Well, from what you've told me about this Jack, I don't think he's a very positive influence on you. My advice would be to steer clear of him. Try not to associate with him so much.
Jack's the only friend I've got.
Nonsense. I think he's a bad influence. I want you to think about severing your relationship with him.
I do want to get better, but the thought of being hypnotized frightens me.
Mike, I know that the thought of losing control over your mind terrifies you, but I believe hypnotism will be of benefit in your case. Why don't we give it a try?
All right. You've convinced me. Hypnotize me.
You're feeling sleepy. You feel like you're drifting on a cloud, on a rubber raft at the swimming pool. All is calm, all is quiet. You are sleepy.
I feel so dizzy. This reunion banquet is giving me a headache. I need some fresh air.
You always need fresh air, Mike. I swear, I don't know what's happened to you since you've moved away from here. And frankly, I don't like it.
Come on, Rita. Give me a break. You know I've been sick?
Sick of people, you mean? You've become such a loner, Mike. You never want to go anywhere where there's people. You don't even want to visit any of my friends.
Not your reading group again. Always busy doing stuff for the library. You never have any time to spend alone with me anymore. Why can't it be like it was when we were in high school?
People change, Mike, but I don't care for the change that's come over you. You're drunk. I'll see you later. I have a friend to see.
Fine. Just walk away. I hope the boogeyman gets you. Whew. Why am I so dizzy? I bet the punch is spiked.
Is someone there? Don't play games. Mike? Is that you? Ah!
Mike, are you awake? How's your headache now?
I feel better. My headache's gone.
Good. Perhaps hypnosis is the answer to your problems.
What a bizarre dream.
What did you dream about?
I was back in the dark world. It was so strange.
The dark world again, huh? It probably represents what you consider evil, an internal conflict, perhaps.
I dreamed about Rita. We were back at the reunion. We were arguing.
Perhaps it's a symbol of trying to resolve your inner turmoil. That's a good sign. Can you remember what you argued about?
Just a little. It all seems so fuzzy.
A common occurrence. Don't let it worry you.
I was wrong about this hypnosis stuff. I'd like to do it some more.
I'm glad it's working for you, Mike, but it looks like our time is up. If the headache comes back, we'll try more hypnosis.
Thanks, Dr. Sims. I feel a whole lot better.
It's good to know you're on the road to recovery, Mike. Next time. Goodbye.
It's about time the carnival opened. I'll bet they were just trying to build up the public's curiosity so they'll attract more customers. This clown doesn't look very funny. In fact, he looks kind of sick. Is there anything exciting to do at the carnival?
Yeah, over on the Midway. It's in front of the carousel to the left. We have all kinds of games of skill and chance you suckers can waste your time with.
What's the most interesting things to see?
Go to the sideshow behind the carousel to the left. We have a boring weightlifting act, some phony baloney fortune teller, and a pair of neurotic Siamese twins. I'm sure you'll have a blast.
You don't have to be so rude, you know.
Well, excuse me. Look, pal, I've been coughing up my lungs all day. So why don't you just cough up a ticket and we can put it into this delightful conversation right now?
What? Are you sick or something?
Good guess, Einstein. You ought to think about going into medicine. Damn straight I'm sick. But I left my friggin' medicine inside the carnival, and I have to man this stupid ticket booth all day.
Where is your medicine? Maybe I could get it for you.
So, you're Albert Schweitzer, too. My medicine's in the cooler in the employee tent. You'll find it behind a carousel to the right.
I'll get your medicine for you right now.
Hey, no admittance without a ticket.
I have an admission ticket.
So, fork it over. Just because you're making some nice chit-chat, you think I'm gonna let you into the carnival for free? What kind of fool do you think I look like?
Here's your lousy ticket.
Glad to see you finally figured out how the system works.
You know, this is the strangest carnival I've ever seen.
You're telling me I'm relying on a suspected murderer to get me some life-saving medicine.
This carousel must mark the center of the carnival. There are walkways leading off in 4 directions. Carousels are nice to look at, but I don't enjoy riding them. You just go round and round without getting anywhere. This carousel must be decades old, but it's still in good shape. The craftsman who carved it did a marvelous job. You don't see work like that anymore. What a wonderful calliope. It's one of those old-fashioned ones that were ornately hand-carved and fitted with brass pipes. I love the... This calliope is attached to the carousel by a cable. It must play automatically whenever the carousel runs. A sideshow and Hall of Mirrors attraction. Great. I've experienced enough freaks and distortions to last a lifetime. The sign says, enter at your own risk. Yeah, right. Oh, great. I have to figure out which side of each room is a mirror and which is a passage. I hate these things. There's a path here. That's funny. Everyone that these postcards are addressed to is dead.
Excuse me, sir. We need to mail those postcards.
Keep your paws off our postcards, you bum.
I've heard about Siamese twins before, but I've never actually seen a pair until now. Despite their affliction, these two women are quite lovely. Hello, ladies.
Hello, sir. I hope that you are enjoying the carnival.
Say, this guy looks delicious, doesn't he, Minnie?
Who are you?
I'm Minnie. This is my sister Daisy. We're Siamese twins.
We're very, very close.
What do you do at the carnival?
We work in the sideshow. What's it look like? Duh.
Please, Daisy, don't be rude. The gentleman may be interested to know that besides working at the sideshow, we also designed the Hall of Mirrors.
That's interesting. Sideshow performers designing one of the attractions.
It was appropriate for us, what with us being mirror images of each other. Have you seen it yet? You should go.
It's fiendishly clever. You may never return.
I don't like mazes very much. I have bad dreams about mazes.
Oh, this maze doesn't have to be a nightmare. It's actually quite easy if you have the key.
Shut up, Minnie! Don't say another word. It's forbidden.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Daisy. I keep forgetting. It's just that this young man seems so nice, I feel that I can trust him.
Did you design anything else at the carnival?
I wanted to put in a peep show, but Miss Purist Snow here won't allow it.
Oh, Daisy, all you think about is sex, sex, sex. If I let you have your way, you'd open up a bordello.
What are you writing?
I'm addressing these postcards. We're sending them to famous people from all over the world.
I'm writing the text of the postcards. We write to everyone. Jack the Ripper, Lizzie Borden, Genghis Khan.
And I'm addressing this one to Charles Dickens. What's your name? Maybe we can send one to you.
Where do you send these postcards? To the dead letter office?
Oh, that's very funny, sir. No, we send them to the local morgue. I'm sure they know where to forward them.
So come on, hon. What's...
My name's Mike Dawson.
Mike Dawson? Oh, no! That was the name I was supposed to mail the key to. I think I made a big mistake.
Watch your mouth, sis! The voices won't like it.
No, I'm sick of you and your twisted ways, Daisy. You built the Hall of Mirrors as a favor for those voices you heard. Now I'm doing a favor for the voice I heard.
Look, pretty boy, I'm not letting my sister say anything more. Go on, get out of here before we all get in big trouble.
Minnie, are you all right?
Haven't you caused enough trouble already? We've got nothing more to say to you. Get out!
Let go of her, Daisy.
Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
What a magnificent stage. This act must be something really special. Ordinary barbells? How disappointing. I had hoped he was going to lift something more interesting like an anchor or an ox. Who am I kidding? I can barely lift myself out of bed in the morning. Look at the muscles on that guy. I didn't know anyone did strongman acts anymore. Excuse me, Gargon.
I'm in the middle of my act. What do you want?
Do you work here?
Oh, that's just great. I'm doing my weightlifting act, and you can't even tell that I'm a performer. No wonder I'm going to lose my job.
Why would you lose your job?
I can't draw a crowd. They all go to see the Siamese twins or the fortune teller. There's just no interest in my talents. Not when you can rent Arnold or Sly at the video store for $1.
Come on, Mr. Gargon. There's no reason to be so depressed. Life's not so bad.
Oh, yeah? Obviously you didn't hear about the missing box office money. People are just plain no good. Now stop interrupting me!
Excuse me, Gargon.
I'm in the middle of my act. What do you...
Can you tell me where the employee tent is?
It's behind the carousel to the right. That's where you'll find me when I pick up my pink slip.
Is there anything I can do for you, Mr. Gargon?
You can stop pretending to feel sorry for me. I know that no one really gives a damn. Now, let me get on with my act while I still have a job.
A fortune teller. These people are nothing but rip-off artists. It's probably how this carnival makes most of its profits. That's the biggest damn snake I've ever seen. Are you a fortune teller?
Indeed I am. Pandora, the all-seeing and all-knowing. Allow me to introduce you to my friend, Lucifer.
That sure is a big snake. Is he friendly?
Lucifer is very friendly to me. She is my familiar. She gives me my powers. Isn't that right, Loosey-goosey?
What does your snake eat?
Whatever she can fit into her mouth. By the way, I wouldn't stand too close.
What powers does your snake give you?
Powers that allow me to see into the distant past and the far future. Powers that let me help people guide their destinies. In layman's terms, I tell fortunes.
What's my fortune?
I get my strongest readings from personal items. Perhaps you have something in your possession I may examine.
What role does this play in my future, Pandora?
I see a vault being tried before a judge.
What can you tell me about this?
I see a church floating over a pool of blood.
Do you get any readings off of this?
I see a hat rack with one of its 4 pegs occupied.
I must have wandered into the backstage area of the carnival. This must be some kind of employee storage and break room. This must be the ice chest that contains the clown's medicine, but there's an anvil on top. This anvil's too heavy. I can't lift it by myself.